holy nation rise to the top. See the body function, never to stop. With your Howard shot running the plot, boy. They think they know what I be on. In the deepest crowd, but I'm solitary. My mind to be alone. And even when I'm in the zone, in my darkest hour, I meditate on the high and on the low.
This white folks, these so-called white men, he ain't got a chance because they play a character in the Bible. Then God say, hey, you grab Romans 9:13 for me? Baba Kushab.
Come, I got you.
We a little short-handed right now. There's only two of us out here. It would be more of us out here, but you know what I'm saying? Let me show you. If I was to ask you, brother, what would you say if I was to ask you, do God love everybody?
No, he don't.
He don't, right? What if I could prove it different?
I believe you can. This is the book of Romans, chapter 9, verse 13. And it reads, as it is written, Jacob have I loved.
Jacob have I loved, right? So you pay attention to this right here. You have more signs too. But if you look at this right here on this chart, right? Read that again, brother. Oh.
Jacob have I loved.
Now on that picture, who you see Jacob?
The Negro.
So-called black man, right? You see Jacob have I loved, read.
But Esau have I hated.
Esau is the biblical name of the so-called white man. Give me Genesis 25:25. No, man, start at verse 22. Let me show you something. See, we not them pork chop preachers in them Sunday churches that's in there talking about give me 10% of your money. He hoo-ha, sugar this shot. He sliding across the stage like he James Brown. He in there screaming like he Barry White, you know what I'm saying? Right. We ain't these effeminate, weak brothers out here shaking up talking about they GD. We didn't let the GDs through the door. You know what I'm saying? We the real black men in the black community or whatever, you know what I'm saying? This is probably your first time actually seeing this, brother.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 25, verse 22.
This is the very first so-called white man that came on the scene. Now, in the white man's science, he'll tell you that they came from us. You know what I'm saying? It's biblical, though.
And the children struggled together within her, and she said, if it be so, why?
Wait. Start at verse 21. My fault, block.
And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife because she was barren.
So we serve the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, right? So Abraham's son, Isaac, his wife, Rebecca, is pregnant with twin sons in the womb.
And the Lord Yahweh was entreated of him, and Rebecca, his wife, conceived.
Right, so she conceived, right?
Verse 22, and the children struggled together within her, and she said, if it be so, why am I thus?
So they fighting in the belly, you know what I'm saying? We fighting from the white man since the womb.
And she went to inquire of the Lord Yahweh. Verse 23, and the Lord Yahweh said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb.
He said 2 different races of people is in her womb. This is at the beginning of creation when the Lord was creating all different races of people. He said 2 different nations of people is in her womb, right?
And 2 manner of people.
2 manner of people, meaning they 2 totally different type of people on top of it. They got different ways and all of it.
Shall be,
you know what I'm saying? We say, well, what's good with you, bro? The white man, he say, hey, how's it going? You know what I'm saying? We not the same people.
Shall be separated from thy bowels.
They should be separated, even though they coming out brothers, they 2 whole different races.
Right. And the one people shall be stronger than the other.
The one people should be stronger than the other because black people, we going through oppression everywhere you look at, but you would think, but the white man, he's sitting at the top, but they got the highest suicide rates. Right. Oh man, I got a paper cut, my life is over. Then he blow his brains out because he got a paper cut.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I even heard a story. It was a white man that had like $500 million, and he lost a whole lot of that. He only had about 50 million left, and he committed suicide. You still rich. I guess he felt broke because his friends was in the $700 million tax bracket, the 300 million. So when he only had 50 million left, he felt broke around his rich friends. So he said, my life is over with. And he blew his head up. He said, one people should be stronger than the other. This is why when you look at black people, we in a system that's designed for us to lose and fail. And we in a system that's designed for them to win easy. But you will still see a white crackhead out here, and you will see a black man and still make it out. You see what I mean?
One people shall be stronger than the other people.
One people should be stronger than the other people because we stronger than the so-called white man and everything. They can't beat us at nothing.
And the elder shall serve the younger.
So they supposed to be serving us. The only reason we serving them right now is because we broke God's law. This is why you got to clock into that white man job. This is why you got to depend on him for stimulus check. All I see is when I look at our people with stimulus check hood stars out here, walking around proud as hell, but they got a pot to piss in. You know what I'm saying? That's why we on the front line. We out here to show you, you ain't got nothing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they going to end up serving us in the end because that's how it's supposed to be set up. And I'm going to show you that.
The elder shall serve the younger, And when her days to be delivered, and when her days was to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb.
Twins in her womb, right?
Verse 25. And the first came out red all over.
The first came out what?
And the first came out red all over.
Now, what do they call themselves? They race. No, that's the nick. That's what we call them. I'm saying, what do they call themselves? Caucasian white, right? Now, when you look at that paper, that's the color white, ain't it?
Right.
Have you ever seen a person that color?
Yeah.
Don't they burn up in the sun and turn red? Don't they turn red when they laugh and what's name? That's how they come out. They call themselves white and us black. Do I look black right now? Or do I look like a shade of brown? See, they call themselves white and us black because when you look at the definition to these words, white means everything pure and good, and black means everything bad and evil. When you look up the definition, you can literally look up the definition. White don't pop up pure, black don't pop up evil. This is why they give us them terms, you know what I'm saying? And Caucasian means cave dweller. They come from the Caucasus Mountains of Georgia, Russia, or something like that. That's why they call Caucasian.
Verse 25. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment.
Don't they get real hairy if they don't shave?
Right.
They the original Neanderthal, like Fred Flintstone.
Yeah.
When they tell you about that, that's their real history. So you ever seen the Geico commercial? So easy a caveman can do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They tell you about themselves. You know what I'm saying? And that just show you that God is real because we used to be, we used to be kings, right?
Right.
King David and all that is talking about. I ain't talking about David Barrsdale. I'm talking about the actual King David,
Right.
God right hand man in the Bible. King David and them Solomon. We come from kings for real. But we fell to the bottom and now we became niggas. And the white man was in the cave, man. They used to literally walk around on all fours, pick each other up, pick rocks up and bust each other upside the head with it. But now he running the earth. That's how you know God real. Caveman took over the earth and kings turned into niggas.
And they called his name Esau.
His name Esau. The name Esau means wasted away. This is why when you look at the so-called white man, when a white person on the bottom, they look wasted away. But even when you see them at the top and they riding around in the Benz, you like, okay, whatever. Like they don't shine. But we, you know what I'm saying, Jacob or Israel mean the prince of God. You know what I'm saying? So it means like when you look at a black person at the bottom, we still shine. But then when we get to the top, you know what I'm saying, and we get some chains and shit, that shit hit off us, right? Right, read.
Verse 26. And after that came Salakia. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold of Esau's heel.
So his brother, that's Jacob, right? His hand took hold of Esau's heel. Now what that's talking about is in the last days, we're gonna be pulling them out of rulership. You know what I'm saying? With that, you got some more on it? And I'm finna show you that too.
And his name was called Jacob.
His name was called Jacob, right? Now let's look at this. How we know the so-called white man is Esau. Let's look at the characteristics of the one you call Esau. Read that now. Let's see the type of stuff he do.
And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them.
Read on.
Verse 27. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter.
He was a cunning hunter. Cunning means he was a skilled hunter. Ain't the white man a hunter on his commercials, his TV shows, movies, and video games? He a skilled hunter. They hunt us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Bounty hunters. All right.
He was a skilled hunter, right?
Dog the bounty hunter.
Right.
Right. That's the Edomite. It's a man of the field.
A man of the field. They always like to go hunt, deer hunting. They always, you know what I'm saying? A man of the field.
And Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents.
Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents, because black women, we ain't got, you know what I'm saying? Like, we like nice things, but for the most part, like, we'd chill out at the crib, maybe have a barbecue, sip on some, you know what I'm saying, some liquor or something like that, man, and play some music and enjoy our time. He was a plain man that probably just chill out at the crib.
Right.
That's us.
Right.
That's how you know it, like the characteristics that we reading it for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got any more on that? Grab 2nd Ezra 6 and 9. Now let me show you something. When it said Jacob's hand took hold on Esau's heel, because they twins coming out the womb, Esau coming out first, the white man. But as he coming out, as his last foot coming out, Jacob's hand grabbing on his leg as he coming out the womb, right? This represents us pulling him out of rulership, because whether you believe it or not, we're going to be taking the white man out of the power seat in the last days, and it's not going to be by the way of the gun. You know what I'm saying? When you look at these supernatural movies with superheroes, why you think they started to make all the superheroes black now? You know what I'm saying? Because it's in the scriptures. We finna show you. Hold on.
It's the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 6, verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world.
Ain't we in the last day?
Yeah.
What you see right there on that picture? Who Esau is? So-called white man, right? Ain't the white man the rulership? They say Esau is the end of the world, right?
And Jacob is the beginning of it that follows.
That new heaven and new earth they talk about in Isaiah 65:17, 1 Peter 3 and 10, and Revelation 21 and 1. That new heaven and new earth. We the beginning of that follow, right?
Yeah.
That's why it said that. Matter of fact, go, check it out. Matter of fact, start at verse 7. Don't they start talking about that before you get there?
Yeah.
Yeah, read that.
verse.
It's like 6 or 7. He started talking about how Esau was going to say, yeah, it's here, right? It's here. Verse 7. Like verse 7.
It say, then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times, or when shall be the end of the first?
So he said, when should be the end of the first, the end of the first world, right?
And the beginning of it that follows.
And the beginning of the next one that's coming, the New Jerusalem that's coming.
Right. And he, so like put down, and he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born, of him Jacob held first the heel of Esau.
So we just got in a whole other scripture. It's talking about the same thing, grabbing on his heel, right?
Wow. Verse 9, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows.
Jacob is the beginning of that follow. Give me Ezekiel 25 and 12. You know what I'm saying? We finna show you all this. This is how we finna take over the world from the so-called white man. That's why I said Esau should be the end of the world. Jacob should be the beginning of their follow. Yeah, 25 and 12. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be about a way of shooting it out with a gun, because like when you look in the trenches, all a lot of people got is maybe a Glock with a drum and a switch. And an AK-47 or a damn Draco or something. You know what I'm saying? That's the least of what the white man got. The white man got bombs, they got military, they got grenades. You ever see laser guns on movies? They actually got stuff like that for real. They got drones. We can't battle against that. And then our people so stubborn, we don't even stick together. They at least gonna stick together. You know what I'm saying? So we can't take over from the white man shooting it out with a gun. We finna show you how we gonna take over.
This the book of Ezekiel, chapter 25, verse 12. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh power, because that Edom hath dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance, and have greatly offended. And
he took vengeance because we finessed them out of the blessing. You know what I'm saying? It was already ordained for us to get the kingdom of heaven. But when you look at when you read into the scriptures, the way the law worked, the main inheritance of the father was supposed to go to the firstborn son. But it didn't work out. It ended up going to Jacob. So that's why the white man hate us to this day. They don't even know why they hate us, but this trace all the way back to Genesis.
Right. And revenged himself upon them.
And revenge themselves. That's why they killing us with the gun to this day. You know when they kill us and hold themselves not guilty. That's in the Bible too. We gonna show you that too.
Good enough.
You get it. Just we're gonna come back to that.
All right, come on.
Yeah, get that Zechariah 11:5. See, them pork chop preachers in them churches, man, he go, hoo-ha, sugar the shop. He end up putting you to sleep and talking about give me 10% of your income when there ain't no way in the Bible. We showing you stuff in the Bible that's interesting. It draw you in like, damn, show me more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then we young brothers today, you know what I'm saying? Who else doing this? All you see is when you look at our brothers, they feminine, weak niggas out here trying to act hard with their own people all day. But then soon as the white man pull up, they ass run, and then they let every other race people run all over their weak ass. You know what I'm saying? See, we not finna be out here doing it.
Zechariah chapter 11, verse 4. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh power, my power, feed the flock of the slaughter, whose possessors slay them.
So ain't we still in possession of the so-called white man to this day? They never freed us. You know what I'm saying? We had a brother in our camp, he fell out, but he a felon. If he want to leave the country, he can't leave. Right? Don't they say, oh, if you don't like it here, go back somewhere else, but we subject to your Western name, your rule system.
Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty.
What they just say?
Not guilty.
You see this? So how can a Chinese man or a white man pick this book up and read that scripture? It's not talking about them. It's talking about us. It say whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. Trayvon Martin. Philando Castillo. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like they trying to pacify by saying guilty a little bit, but then they give them a smack on the wrist maybe a year or two for murder. That's how they do it. You know what I'm saying?
And they that sell them say, blessed
Didn't they sell us?
They sure did. And they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord Yahweh, for I am rich, and their shepherds pity them not.
It say blessed be the. They said blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, because what they worshiping? The white Jesus, right?
Exactly.
They saying blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, because they thinking that we just read the scripture where it say woe to them that are rich. Right. You know what I'm saying? He say what it say at the last part? And they shepherds pity them not. You know what I'm saying? A shepherd tend to the sheep. A shepherd tend to the sheep. So when it's talking about shepherds pity them not, that's your Al Sharpton, your Jesse Jackson, that's your favorite rapper, Lil Durky, Smirky and Lil Baby Voice of the Zeros. You know what I'm saying? Because these are the so-called leaders, LeBron James. They pity us not.
Right.
How y'all niggas this rich, but y'all ain't doing nothing for your people? We don't own a business in our neighborhood.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 11, verse 17. And saying, we have piped unto you, and ye have not danced. We have mourned unto you, and ye have not lamented.
Right, ye have not lamented.
So they don't care.
They don't care. You know what I'm saying? Go back to Ezekiel. Now we finna get to this, what's the name, bro? How we finna take over this world in the last days. But our people's gotta repent though at the same time. Like he not just gonna give you that power if you ain't doing it. That's what you know what I'm saying? Repent is asking God for forgiveness and turning back to his law, statutes, and commandments. Right. Like for instance, we ain't supposed to be eating pork, shrimp, crab, lobster, catfish. Women ain't supposed to wear pants. We not supposed to have blonde hair. We finna show you all this, bro.
Verse 13, therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh God, I will also stretch out my hand upon Edom, and will cut off man and beast.
So he said he gonna cut off man and beast. Don't they look white people love their dogs and cats and stuff? So he gonna kill them and they dogs. He gonna kill them and they dogs and cats, man. And yeah, farms, all that.
E-I-E-I-O.
Read on.
You know what I'm saying? From it, and I will make it desolate.
He will make it desolate, empty, like everywhere they own.
From Teman, and they of Dedan shall fall by the sword.
They shall fall by the sword. Read, don't read.
Verse 14, and I will lay my vengeance upon Edom.
Now don't they say in the church, vengeance is the Lord? Right. So he said, I will lay my vengeance on Edom or Esau. You know what I'm saying? This is how he's gonna get his revenge on these people because he got a problem with them. Right.
By the hand of my people Israel.
He said he gonna use us to do it. Right. So he gonna literally get his revenge on them by letting us get revenge on them. You know what I'm saying?
And they shall do in Edom according to my anger, and according to my fury.
So the Lord, he furious what they did to us. The only reason he let it happen, because we broke his law, statutes, and commands, but at the same time, he pissed off because we his chosen people. Right. You know what I'm saying? This the lowest we done ever failed to, but when he redeemed us, man, hey man, it's gonna be out this world, bro, when he put us back at the top.
And they shall know my vengeance, saith the Lord Yahweh power.
You're gonna see a bunch of super niggas out here in the last days. Super brothers, man. Get Philippians 3 and 20. Now the one you call Jesus Christ, his real name is Yahweh Shai Mashiach. Now when he come back, would you say that he got all power over everything? Yeah. Now what if I could tell you in the scriptures that he say we gonna have that same power as him? We just gonna be ranked under him. That's how we gonna take over the whole earth, because the white man got a grip over the whole earth. We can't do nothing against the white man the way we is right now. So it's gonna take some type of supernatural power. When you see niggas out here running like the Flash, flying in the air, punching through a brick wall like Superman or something, you know what I'm saying? Ripping people's spine out their ass, that's when you gonna know it's time, you know what I'm saying?
You said Philippians?
Yeah, Philippians 3 and 20. Oh yeah, grab that for me, King. So we finna show you all this right now, man.
Well, that's between
this interesting info, ain't it? But you ain't gonna hear this in no Christian church. I actually got the police called on me for actually going to the Christian pastors about this, man. See, they worry about that dollar. Because if I go in there and tell them, like, talk to a congregation on what the scripture's really talking about, they might start asking the preacher questions. They be like, man, I ain't coming back in here no more. You know what I'm saying? They'd be bankrupt or obsolete. You got it? What your Bible? What your Bible?
No, I got it.
Yeah, man. So the Most High, he gonna raise up a few of his elect men to take over the earth and have that what? 3 and 20.
It's the book of Philippians chapter 3 verse 20. For our conversation in heaven, from whence also we look for the salvation of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach.
So let's say our conversation is in heaven, man. We ain't need scriptures, you know what I'm saying? Right. We ain't out here talking about BS or whatever it is people out here talking about in this world, man. We focused in on this, right?
Verse 21. It said, who shall change our vowed bodies?
Because we in vowed bodies, so he said he gonna change our vowed body. That's that new covenant, right?
Who shall change our vowed bodies, that it may be fashioned like unto his glorious body according.
Because he came down here in this sinful flesh too, but then when he went up, he got changed into that body. He already in it, just waiting to come back and judge man on the earth, right?
According to the working whereby he is able even to subdue all things to him unto himself.
So when you subduing something, you got power over. He said by the working wherein he is able to subdue all things unto himself. You know what I'm saying? So if he able to subdue all things, and he say he changing his body like unto his, we gonna have that same power. You know what I'm saying?
See a holy nation rise to the top. See the body function never to stop. With your Howard Shai running the plot, boy. They think they know what I be on. In the deepest crowd, but I'm solitary. My mind